Hey man, hopefully you can hear me and this works. So I just wanted to show you this little app I have here that I made. So it's basically a static site generator, um, except for it's a UI that does it. So see if I can explain this really quickly. So it's just so there's a builder part of it, and then there's the content part of it. So in the layout would have the head of the HTML, so you can put in your whatever you need to here, like Google Fonts or whatever. The header, which is basically like a partial that would go on each page, and then there's the footer. As you can see, it would look like it's handlebars, but it's not. It's just kind of like a templating language that I made up. As you can see, I have it here for categories and authors. And then there is a container, which is optional. Either way, and then continue on, and then there's the home page, which is basically is like a text editor. It's using Ace editor, I'm pretty sure, or CodeMirror, I can't really remember. Either way, so this would be me editing a home page right here with the HTML, and then a 404 page, and then this is page types. So page types, posts, categories, pages, authors. I can make, create a new page type, but this is for a website I have. So I have a page type, which is a post, singular, and then the structure here is basically it's a JSON file that kind of structures it. So it's like, so this is called a post, and it's a singular post. It has an icon, it has meta tags, and it has a structure, and each page type has different structure. So for instance, a category is just going to have layout for some reason. And then going here, blocks are basically chunks of HTML as like components, and I can put in the markup here and add some styles here, and then some JavaScript, and then I can call it in any of my templates using this. And then there's the CSS, just a bunch of like little chunked up things. So basically you can see I made a text editor for myself where I've kind of like chunked everything up to where it makes sense to me. And the reason why this will make sense, hopefully, in the same thing with JavaScript, and then images, settings, we have global that, and then it's all saved into a bunch of JSON files. So for instance, all the data is just put into a big JSON file, and then the page types have the structure of everything. There's the theme, which is your header, footer, container, home page, and then your post, which has different HTML to mark it up for a snippet, or the layout, which is I think just global for both of them. Again, I did this a few months ago or 2 months ago, and I wasn't allowed to launch it in terms of it can break some non-compete agreements since it makes websites. Either way, I just wanted to show you this, and just going on here. So there's style sheets, JavaScript blocks, plugins, which I was going to add more of and make things, like basically what you'd expect. And then you'd push it to GitHub, which is kind of where I stopped with this part, where it was like, just push to GitHub. And then the cool part of this, once I'll jump to that because I'm using Netlify, if you've heard of that. So just jumping to the content here. So there'd be, for each page type, there's posts, categories, pages, authors. What I'm doing here is a blog, but it's a static. So I'm trying to almost mimic WordPress is by making the page structures this way. So I have authors, which is me and my girlfriend, the pages, and so what I'm writing here, so I'll just click on this one. So the post that has the name, featured images, authors, all these are what I set up as a structure. There's the metadata, and then the content, which is just an editor where you can put in all of it's marked down, and put in the content, and then the layout if you want to make that page specific. So, and then what happens, so this is just my version of a text editor that helps me so what it creates is, this is the site, it's called Small Hop, and it's a blog that me and my girlfriend are trying to start. But the cool thing, the reason why I wanted to show you this, is that every time I change all of this, it creates a static version of it. So let's go here. website, so the production. So there's the database, which is a bunch of JSON files, and then the media, which is all the images and whatever, and then it creates production, which then automatically creates all of the HTML files and then puts any like author inside of a folder so that you can kind of have basic URL. So post / this and post / this, and then every single time I save it, it does, the whole static generation and creates this. And the cool part about that is that now that you have just HTML that's produced, there's obviously security reasons why that's cool, because you can't log into anything. And then the real reason why I want to show you this is because Netlify, if you've ever heard of this, is really awesome. And basically, so you can just push it to GitHub, and then this will check your GitHub repo, and it can be private, and then it will host it for free. So